kept waiting for the point of the story, but the point never came. I found a fictional character attractive in front of my partner.
Hold on.
My man knows when I turn on that anime and Gojo's on the screen, he's on pause. Gojo first. Let me explain why I think he's the a-hole. It's respect. Some people will deadass think that, oh, she not gonna do that. Let me tell you something. I will. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little different. Today we are going to read confessions. Am I the a-hole on Reddit? Now I know some of y'all don't know what that is, so let me go ahead and read it to you. Am I the a-hole is a subreddit where users share their situations and ask the community whether or not they're the a-hole based on the details that they provided. And people respond with NTA, not the a-hole, or YTA, you are the a-hole. We're gonna go through the subreddit and decide, are they the a-hole or not? What do you think?
I think they are all rats and liars.
I'm sorry, he got a little mouth on him. The first one is, am I the a-hole for telling my friend she can't eat? Let's see what this is about, because let somebody tell me I can't eat. If it's my money, I'm eating. I, 22 female, and my ex-friend, 23 female, used to like going out a lot. We would frequently eat in the city, and since my family is more upper class than hers, and hers is more middle working class, I end up paying from 75% to 100% of the meals we eat. At first, I didn't mind paying, but ever since I started to object, she would make snarky comments like, what, daddy didn't pay your trust fund? Or what's the point of having so much money if you're not going to spend it on your friends? Or, you're so stingy, you know I don't have as much money as you do. Yeah, every time we went out, she would pick the more expensive and fancy restaurants. And as soon as it's time to pay, she would be like, oh, you'll cover the bill, right? Or, sorry, I didn't bring my wallet. That is just plain disrespectful. Talking about some, oh, you'll cover the bill, right? Wrong. I'm not paying for no bill, babe. You're gonna get left in the restaurant. Let the restaurant deal with that. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my food, pay my bill, and dip. That don't got nothing to do with me. Okay, let's get back into it. It's just excuse after excuse with her, and I just get so annoyed. The last time we went out to eat, I asked her if she would pay her half, and she told me, no, I don't have enough money. So I said, well, then you're not eating. Exactly, you're not eating. You're not gonna eat. At first she laughed, and when she saw my face, she looked at me like, you're joking, right? At that point, I got so fed up, and I told her, if you're not willing to pay your half of the meal, then I'm not buying you food. You're a full-grown woman with a bank account. Use it. And after she heard that, she got angry, and we kept arguing so loudly that we got kicked out of the restaurant. And to top it all, she had the audacity to demand me to call her an Uber because it was my fault that we got kicked out of the restaurant. Of course I didn't, and I left her there. But ever since that night, my friends has been blowing up my phone, calling me the a-hole for leaving her there at 11 p.m. at night. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? Babe, you are not the a-hole. You are not the a-hole. And to those friends that got mad at her because she didn't call her Uber, maybe you only heard the friend side of the story. Because I would have done the same exact thing. You do not need a friend like this. I'm glad you stood your ground a little bit, you know? Audacity, the entitlement, like... Some people use the opportunity to take advantage of you and what you have. So it is always important to set boundaries, especially with friends. Some people will deadass think that, oh, she's not gonna do that. Let me tell you something. I will. Alright, so next. Am I the a-hole for putting mayonnaise in my scrambled eggs?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Immediately, yes. I don't even need to hear the rest. You are. Let's go ahead and read the story and see if she can save herself. I'm a 24-year-old male, my sister's 26, and she absolutely hates mayonnaise. There's no religious or moral reason, she just hates mayonnaise. Absolutely, because mayonnaise is disgusting. Yesterday I was making scrambled eggs for her and the rest of my family, and I put mayonnaise in them, as I've been doing for years. Everyone really liked them, so my brother-in-law asked me how I made them. I told him they were just eggs, chili powder, garlic salt, and mayonnaise, then whipped heavily. The mayonnaise makes it fluffy and rich. My sister was so pissed off because she hates mayonnaise. I brought up how she never had a problem eating them before she knew they had any mayonnaise in them. So she called me an a-hole. So am I the a-hole for putting mayonnaise in my scrambled eggs knowing my sister hates them? Absolutely. Let me explain why I think he's the a-hole. It's respect. Knowing she hates mayonnaise, why wouldn't you just ask her if it's okay if you could put some in there? And then act accordingly instead of tricking her into eating it. I feel like it's being malicious because you're sneaking mayonnaise into somebody's food. If somebody snuck mayonnaise into my food, somebody's gonna have to hold me back. Even if you already gave it to her and she didn't have a problem with it before, why would you? You know dang well she don't like mayo. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You're over here rubbing your hands watching her eat it like, yeah, eat that mayo, eat that mayo. Alright, so let's read the next one. Am I the a-hole for reminding my parents that my stepsister ruined our family's future? I grew up in a big blended family where we all consider ourselves siblings, and I consider my stepmom my mom. All of us kids are close except for one, my stepsister Liana. My parents think it's just because she didn't grow up with the rest of us, but that it's fine, and it's not. Why is it not? Like, yes, by the time she came to live with us, she was almost 18, but it's not because of that. It's because she cost the rest of us our futures. See, when she came to live with us, she had been independently homeschooled. She was said to be very smart, but testing revealed that she only had about a 9th grade education and no transferable credits. Why you in her business? Why are you telling her business like that? Neither our school or the public school were willing to place her above 9th grade, since she was only about a month from turning 18. Ooh. This would mean she would be in high school until her 21st birthday. Dang! It would more likely than not have to drop out anyway. The only other option was to have her get a GED. They were devastated, especially because she had an offer from family and friends to get her into and through college if she did a specific program that she did have advanced education in. If she didn't graduate that year, that would... Okay, babe, you're talking a little too much about her business. Get to the point. The family friend to rescind the offer even if they still wanted to help because she could never get accepted with a GED. My parents worried over this until someone they knew who was the admin of another private school offered to help her out. They offered to enroll her as a senior and she could spend the year catching up, provided they saw it in their hearts to give a donation, of course. $100K later, she graduated from an accredited high school and moved on to college. My family is just a normal middle class, so paying that meant that the rest of us had to take out massive student loans, and my youngest siblings even had to switch to public school. My older brother got some help before this, but there wasn't a dime for the rest of us. My parents justified it by saying that they had to do it because it was their job to give all of their kids as close to the equal start to their lives as possible, and this was the only option to do that for her. My mom asked why we all have strained relationships with Liana, and it finally came out that truthfully we resent her for the huge financial load on us and the entire family that she caused. It's been 10 years and she's never even tried to apologize or make amends. And it's grating. Now my father says that my mom has fallen into a depression because nobody loves Liana but her, and that we weren't a family despite everything she's ever done. We are a family, just not with Liana. Are we really in the wrong? First of all, that story could have been cut down a little bit, babe. That story could have been cut down a little bit. You are the asshole. I kept waiting for the point of the story, but the point never came. Somebody did Liana wrong by homeschooling her instead of sending her to actual school. I mean, it's really sad that your parents had to muster up all this money to provide for her, but you said that she graduated and she went to college, so clearly she didn't piss away the money that your parents gave her. She used it. I can understand why you would feel that way, that she got the money and you didn't, but realistically, the money helped her get to a place where you already were. Things that you already had, like you already was in high school, you already got the chance to went to college, and that money gave her the chance to do that. To me, it doesn't sound like your future been destroyed because you went to college too. I just think that you're very resentful towards her because she got something that you didn't. So I say, you are the a-hole. Alright, next person. Am I the a-hole for saying I found a fictional character attractive in front of my partner? I'm laughing because I do that. I, female 19, and my boyfriend, male 18, were playing a game together on call. Everything was going great. We were just relaxing overall. Then this one character came up on the screen, and I can't recall exactly what I said, but I said something about the character being fine. After I said this, my boyfriend would go silent, and I was fairly confused, and I asked him, what's wrong? And he said he was upset that I was calling other dudes hot in front of his face. But this is a character. But this character isn't real. Like, he's an animated character and it was just a quick joke. The character also isn't even a human character. So I didn't understand why he was mad at me for saying this. I said sorry and he said it was fine, but then the next 30 minutes he would keep bringing it up. I feel bad, yes, but I just don't understand what was so bad about it. I had made those kind of jokes previously and he didn't even seem mad. So I don't know what was different this time. Apparently it was always bothered him, but he didn't say anything about it. And I never say this stuff about other men in real life. It's always just silly characters, all of them fictional. I was just joking, and it was a character that doesn't even exist. So am I the a-hole? Honestly, I think you're not the a-hole. I think this kind of shows a little bit of insecurity on your boyfriend's end because you're talking about fictional characters. These people are not real. They have nothing to do with anything. It's not like you came up to a real human being and was like, oh, this person is fine. Or you're comparing them to his features, like, oh, baby, your abs, or maybe your abs should be like that, or why you don't do this like that, why you don't do that like that, like this character, why you don't do this like this character, why you don't that like that character. You're not doing that. You're simply just saying that a character is fine. I personally think you are not the a-hole. It's just a cartoon. It's just a character. It's just a game. There's no reason for him to be upset. My man knows when I turn on that anime and Gojo's on the screen, he's on pause. Gojo first. Alright, so the last one. Am I the a-hole for bullying a coworker who purposely spells my name wrong? I'm 28 and my legal name is Saoirse. I get that it isn't the easiest name to spell, so I usually don't give people who do it wrong a hard time or go by my middle name because that's easier to spell. To make it worse, my middle name is Rifle. Yes, I'm not kidding. Basically, my mom picked my first name and my dad did the middle name. Unfortunately, I have no ways of finding out what was the reason for that choice as they're no longer with us. Oh, rest in peace. I have a coworker who's a female. She's 33 years old. Who's a bee baby about my name for some reason. Like I've been saying Saoirse, and Sasha. And like, what the freak, woman? For some reason. And she put it on paper, so I had to contact the boss and have them redo the papers. And yes, according to her, Rifle isn't an actual name. Won't be arguing here. Yes, according to her, Rifle isn't an actual name. Won't be arguing here. But it's how it is on my ID, and I can't do nothing about it. For reference, her name is Kate. Maybe she's jealous because she just has a boring ass name. I don't know. So I got fed up with her BS and started calling her Kathleen, Caitlin, Kylie, whatever. Just not Kate. Of course, it made her like super upset and she started whining about it, how I'm being a bully. I said, it's her who's being a bully who constantly misspells my name. She said my name is too hard. I told her to use my middle name instead and she started being about it like that is trashy and that's not an actual name. I got a little spice to it. Like I said, I didn't take no this time and I told her that until she starts respecting my name, I won't be respecting hers. She said that I'm a bully and an a-hole. I reckon that maybe my response wasn't the gentlest, but to be honest, I felt like she should get a taste of her own medicine. Also, I reported her to the HR and they did nothing because the company we work for is kind of crappy. I don't think you're the a-hole. Like you said, you gave her a taste of her own medicine. She needed it because come on now, if you're working with somebody for that long, y'all see each other for hours and hours and hours. I'm sure y'all come across each other multiple times. It's not that hard to remember somebody's name. I know exactly what she feel like because my name is pronounced merlysha. I got merlysha, Melissa, Martha. Like y'all not even. If Mr. Beast or somebody came up to her and said, I'll give you $10 million right now if you pronounce her name correctly, she's gonna be like, forget Katie, Caitlin, Kylie, whatever her name is. Forget her. You did what you need to do, babe. You're not the a-hole. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all time. This is something new to my channel and I really enjoyed it and I hope y'all did too. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Remember y'all might just be. I'll see y'all in the next video. Until then, keep it real and remember, you might be the a-hole.